in the championship for all our competitive classes as we've got the final round of racing in the South Island. Race 3 about to get underway for all our classes, and if people are here and they've got a bit of a program on them, well, there has been a change. So the Superbike race is going to be the final race of the day. That's going to come in after Supersport 300. So if you've got the program, it has been updated, and instead of the Superbike starting us off, we go straight to Pro Twins. What a weekend we've had so far. A winner piece for Johnny Lewis and Dave Fellows. So a winner-take-all environment for these guys for the overall. Bruce Telford has been on the podium as well. So let's go and get excited about Pro Twin racing as the lights go out and we are away. It's a great start, Dave Fellows. Also a good one for Bruce Telford on the outside. So TR20 showing us how it's done as we get underway with the final race of Pro Twins. And man, it has been so exciting, Pro Twin racing, the whole summer really. Dave Fellows took the championship by the scruff of the neck in the Manfield opening round. He went 3 from 3. Johnny Lewis responded with 2 wins and a second in Ruapuna to take an narrow lead in the championship into this one here. And a winner piece means it's a 13-point lead in the championship. This is going to be all on. Well done to these guys going at it here as we go flying in the S's at the moment. So this is a 12-lap race. This will be quite an endurance for some of these Pro Twin competitors. We've got 2 classes out in one. We'll talk about that as the race unfolds. We've got post-2020 racing with the Aprilia RS660. We've also got the pre-2020 with a mixture of a number of different manufacturers involved in that category as well. So 2 classes out in one, 12-lap Pro Twin race. We've been treated to an absolute festival of speed from these guys so far this summer. This one will be no different, so let's get excited. Dave Fellows will lead ahead of Bruce Telford and then Johnny Lewis, so your top 3 from race number 1, but in a slightly different order, so we're looking out for that one as we've got it unfolding. Bob Irving, he is the new lap record holder for Pro Twin racing in the pre-2020 category, and he is there in 4th place. Vaughan Main and Nick Southerwood 5th and 6th with Jared Horn there in 7th. We've got Rob Edwards and Sean Parker. And then go back to Chris Burt. So we've got 10 guys out there, still not a massive amount of Pro Twins, but in the North Island we should get another handful of guys joining us in the series and add to the excitement and flavour. These guys are going to come alive around Hampton Downs. We're there the first weekend of March. Can't wait for that one there. A festival of speed on the cards there, the iconic and beautiful Hampton Downs circuit. So do join us for that one there. That will be round 5 of the New Zealand Superbike Championship. And this is going to be all on here. So this is round 4, Teretonga Park Raceway. We're into the final round of racing, race 3 for the weekend for all our classes. And look out for the Pro Twins. So we've got 2 classes out in one, post-2020, pre-2020, and it's all on here for Dave Fellows. He come out here swinging this morning and got the race win. Can he repeat the dose? As Johnny Lewis now up in the 2nd place, so it's 1.6 seconds. Can Johnny reel him in? He's been certainly one of the quickest all weekend. He's got a lap record to his name as well, a 103.896. So at the moment with a 104.7, a little bit off that lap record pace, but that track temperature is soaring well above 50 at the moment. So some brutal conditions here at Teretonga Park Raceway. We're into race number 3 for Pro Twins as we get Dave Fellows. He's got the bit by the teeth. He's going to try and clear out here. Bruce Telford and Johnny Lewis are locked in a big battle with Bob Irving on that Action Sports Wanaka CF Moto machine. So that's coming alive there. There's 3 of them out of the hairpin and on the run to the brickyard. Look out for that as it's all on for those guys. You see the Aprilia, beautiful sounding and looking machine. The post-2020, the new modern era of Pro Twin racing, but Bob, and he's got the lead in the championship over Vaughan Main, and he is on the pre-2020. So 2 different categories represented well. Right up the front is Dave Fellows. Looks to clear out. He's a 104.9. Bruce Telford matches his best lap of the race with a 105.4. So it's all playing into the hands of Dave Fellows nicely here. 2-second advantage over his teammate Bruce Telford. Then go back to Johnny Lewis, who's 0.2 of a second off that one there. Then look to Bob Irving, who's right there in 4th place. But he'll be the first of the pre-2020 Pro Twins out there. And he is on the 213 machine. We've got Nick Southerwood, another one of those post-2020 machines, a very experienced campaigner in Pro Twin racing and loving every minute of the new Aprilia RS660. So that's him there. So that'll be 5th in the race, 4th in class. Jared Horn and Vaughan Main, they have been going at it all weekend, so nothing different here as they are in the S's at the moment. And it's so far Jared Horn just ahead of Vaughan Main. So that'll be 6th and 7th in the race, but actually 2nd and 3rd in their class. We then look to Rob Edwards, who's on the modern post-2020 machine, and then a couple of pre-2020 surround us off, 9th and 10th for Sean Parker and Chris Burt as the battle is electric. Dave Fellows, he's got the 2-second advantage. Can he extend it, or will he be getting reeled in? Let's have a look at this one here when they cross the line. Dave Fellows goes a little bit quicker than he had the lap before. Johnny Lewis is now the quickest man on the track. Fastest lap for Johnny Lewis, a 1:04.7. But it is still advantage, Dave, as that 2-second advantage is still there. We then go to Bruce Telford. Third place for Bruce now, with Bob Irving right on the back wheel of him. So there's 4 of them, not separated by a hell of a lot on the track. They're out of the loop and on the run into turn number 2. We then look to Nick Southwood, who's getting better and better as this weekend rolls on for KRP Racing. And behind him, Jared Horn and Vaughan Main. Just 0.079, less than a tenth of a second. And that one there, they are locked in a fierce battle heading into Castrol turn 2 here at Teretonga. And Vaughan here on the outside of Jared Horn. Let's have a look at how they shape up into the S's. They're side by side. Nothing given between the 2 good mates there on track, and wonderful stuff. Vaughan Main, he's had that infield dialed in nicely. And it's been Jared who's got the legs down the front straight. So you imagine in this massive 12-lap Pro Twin race that the next 8 laps will be taken to provide our podium positions for pre-2020 racing. Let's have a look at some split times here as we've got our race leader, Dave Fellows, ticking off another lap for TR20 Motorsport. Johnny Lewis goes purple again, so quickest lap for Johnny, and he's got it down to 1.6 seconds. He was 0.4 quicker than Dave that lap around. He is coming. 7 laps to go in this big pivotal part of the championship. It's Johnny Lewis. He's got the narrow lead in the championship, but if Dave Fellows can grab another race win here, and then we go to the North Island for 2 rounds, it will be all on. So Johnny Lewis desperate to maximise the points while we're in the South Island. He is now 1.6 seconds off the back wheel of Dave Fellows, and they're through the S's now at the moment. Bruce Telford has been doing a wonderful job all weekend for TR20 horsepower motorcycles with Motoranzi on board, the likeable man who's had wins all over his career, an illustrious career in New Zealand road racing, and he's also got Bears lap records on several different tracks. He's a Formula 3 wizard, and now as part of this new era of Pro Twin racing, and he's had a couple of trips to the podium this summer and showing us just how experienced he is. Bob Irving has certainly turned up to play in the South Island. We're excited to see him when we go back to the North Island, but his now home sort of town down the bottom of the South Island. And, from Wanaka, the Action Sports Direct shot there, and showing us how good he is on his home turf here. So Bob Irving, Bruce Telford, and then looks at Nick Southwood. Now we've got Nick there. He's in about 4th place. Jared Horn and Vaughan Main absolutely inseparable as they fly through the start-finish line. Rob Edmonds is here in 8th, and Sean Parker Chris Bird 9th and 10th still respectively. No change to the lap times, pretty much identical, Dave and Johnny, so 1.7 seconds between 1st and 2nd place. We then look to Bruce and Bob. So that's 3rd and 4th for those guys. Nick Southwood, Jared Horn and Vaughan Main still there. 6th and 7th. Chris there. Running in our top 10. 10 classy runners here in Pro Twin racing. We're halfway through a pivotal part of the championship. It's race 3 here at round number 4 of the championship at our Aon New Zealand Superbike Championships, brought to us by Pirelli Tyres. And man, we've had an absolute treat on the cards today. So here we go, Dave ticks it off. Let's have a look. It's a 1:04.4 for him. A 1:04.2, 2 tenths quicker, so it's down to 1.6 seconds now. Johnny Lewis, it's going to be all on here, but he needs to get a bit more than 0.2 a lap. He's only got 5 laps to go. Dave Fellows, again, just like we saw in the Grand Prix, does a wonderful job defending Johnny at 1:04.2. He also had a lap record here this morning, and that was a 1:03.8, so they're about 0.4 of a second off lap record pace. Can Johnny find something a little bit special here? He's the quickest man out on track, but he's still got 1.6 seconds to reel in Dave Fellows. So excitement at the front. Bruce Telford, he's settled into a nice little race pace in 3rd place, and well in what you'd say, well in track to go back-to-back podiums for Bruce. Bob Irving there, he has been flawless all weekend, and he continues to lead our pre-2020 pre-2020 Pro Twin classifications, and the man from Wanaka has certainly not put a foot wrong here on his home patch, Teretonga. It's certainly shaping up nicely. At the front as Johnny goes quicker again, so it was a 1:04.2. That's the fastest lap from Dave, but a 1:04.1. Johnny's getting quicker. It's 1.5 seconds. Like we said, he is quicker, but he's running out of laps. There's only 4 to go. And Johnny Lewis has been the quickest man here all weekend, but it doesn't count for anything unless you can get in front of Dave Fellows. 4 laps to go. and the edge of your seat stuff. Pro Twin Racing has been brilliant. We've got Bruce Telford, like we said, just settling into a nice, beautiful rhythm, and he's absolutely loving it. The TR20 team has had some bad luck in other classes, but Bruce, he's been consistent all weekend, and on track for another trip to the podium with Bob Irving. Just tucked in behind him on the racetrack, but they're two different classes, so not involved in a inter-class scuffle there. But Nick Southwood, that's going to be another 4th place for him on the card, so he's doing a wonderful job this weekend. And then electric battle, Vaughan and Jared. It's been less than a tenth of a second every time they've crossed the stripe, and shaping up again like it's going to be a cliffhanger for those two. Can we see Vaughan get a one over his good mate Jared, who's been second and third all weekend, as we go and have a look at the split times. And Dave's quicker than Johnny that time around, so Dave has responded with 3 laps to go. We're in big time territory here for Dave Fallows. If he can reel in another 5 points in the championship, it'll certainly be an advantage to him when we go to his beloved North Island tracks. He's done quite a few laps around there, and it'll be take something very special for Johnny Lewis to try and win the championship in Dave's home island. So that just tells you how pivotal it is for Johnny Lewis on the Earthquakes. Johnny Lewis built his supported machine. He's got a big deep here, he's got 3 laps to go. Can he do it? We've got Bruce Telford, Robbie, and that's still 3rd and 4th place for those guys, and they're actually getting a little bit tighter, so maybe that heat's trying to get into some of these tyres. It's all on. It's been qualifying 2 and all 3 races on a set of tyres in Pro Twin Racing, so it will be starting to get pretty exciting. Those tyres will be fairly screaming at these boys out there. There's still 10 of them on the lead lap and running well. Love our Pro Twin Racing. It's just been electric all summer. And shout out to Ben Rosen, our Grand Prix winner from a week ago. Hopefully we'll get him back in the North Island as well, and really spice things up as Dave Fallows goes through ahead of Lewis in this one here. It's certainly getting exciting for those guys here. There's Bruce Towers and Bobby, and that's still 3rd and 4th for them respectively. We got it all on here. So last time around we had Dave and Johnny 104.2 and 104.5. So it's certainly starting to get a little bit exciting out in the front as Johnny is coming for him. 2 laps to go. Talking to Dave, he had a big crash here at the start of the weekend. He also had a crash at Ruapuna. He was nursing a broken wrist when he came into the championship. So Dave Fallows, these long motos, they will be certainly wreaking havoc on him. Can he hang on to it? It's certainly electric at the front. Johnny has certainly reeled him right in now. It was over a second a lap ago. That has now completely diminished, and Johnny Lewis with the white flag ready and waiting. It is all on here. The 14 leads the 54 out of turn 7 out the front straight. The white flag's coming out, so it's going to be 1 lap to go. And grab yourself the edge of your seat, folks, because it is on here as we go almost side to side when they cross the line. They fly down into turn number 1. It's a quick lap from Dave Fallows. Johnny Lewis is right there though. Have a go at this one here. This is going to be something special. We've got nothing in it out of the loop as we then look to Bruce Telford. Bob Irving's still there, 3rd and 4th place, but it's the battle for the lead we're going to really keep an eye on for this lap here. We've got something special coming up here. Dave Fallows and Johnny Lewis have been hammer and tongs all summer, and now Johnny, can he find something special? Dave will be really digging deep in this final lap. Johnny's right on the back wheel of him, in through the Eastern. And on the run to the hairpin here, he is running out of time. Johnny Lewis, can he find something special into the hairpin? It's again been a defensive masterclass from Dave Fallows. Can he hang on? They're out of the hairpin. On the run to the brickyard here. Pro Twin Racing is an absolutely electric. The 14 leads the 54, and they've got 1 corner left. Can he hang on? Dave Fallows into 7. Johnny Lewis right behind him. It's going to be a bit of a drag race. The line, I think Dave Fallows may have done enough. Again, we've seen a defensive masterclass from the TR20 man, and he's going to grab himself another race win here. The 14 wins it ahead of the 54. Well done to Dave Fallows. That is a big statement in the championship. And to beat Johnny Lewis down in the South Island and narrow that points lead right up, that's going to be something special. So it was 9 points coming into the race. It's now only going to be 4 points in it. Oh yeah, we're in for a good one when we go to the North Island Motorfest and the final round at the Topol Motorsport Park. We are loving Pro Twin Racing. Well done to Dave Fallows ahead of Johnny Lewis. Bruce Telford is going to come home in 3rd place. That'll round out the podium and a very nice weekend for TR20 Motorsports. So there we go, Pro Twin Racing electric as always. Bob Irving home in 4th place in that race here, but that will be the first of our pre-2020 Pro Twins. Well done to Bob. Continues to lead that championship, and that's a quality result for him. Nick Southwood's going to come home in 5th in that race, but that'll be the 4th of the post-2020 Pro Twins. Well done to Nick. Pretty good weekend at the office for him. Jared Horn's going to hang on and get home in 2nd place for the pre-2020s. Vaughan Main with 0.044. 4/1000 of a second when they crossed the line. There was nothing in it. And Vaughan's going to have to settle for third yet again. His good mate Jared's grabbing a handful of championship points off him. And while he's doing that, it's all playing into the hands of Bob Irving, who's going to take a decent points advantage into our North Island final 2 rounds. Oh man, we love Pro Twin racing. Rob Edwards is going to come home. That'll be 8th in the race, but 5th in his class. And then 4th and 5th in class for Sean Parker and Chris Burt. Well done, Pro Twins. Absolutely fantastic. And can't wait to catch up with the boys down in Park Ferme. We've got Neil, he's down there, and he will have an electric Pro Twin podium. Dave, fellas, will be absolutely shattered under a bit of a fitness cloud coming into this weekend. But for him to hang on there, a defensive masterclass yet again, like he's shown this morning and at the Grand Prix, he's done it all when it counts. So Dave Fellows wins ahead of Johnny Lewis, and then go back to Bruce Telford. That's your first podium. Bob Irving is going to come home to win all 3 of the pre-2020 races this weekend ahead of Jared Horn and Vaughan Main. A 3-peat for podiums for that class as we cross down to Neil, who will have the absolute scenes at Pro Twin podiums.
Hey, pretty cool to be here at trackside at the moment, taking this podium member, of course, another double podium with our post-2020 field, generally faster than our pre-2020 field, and an opportunity with Bruce here in 3rd place. But I tell you what, that first guy back behind you, Bob, pushed you all the way there, Bruce.
He certainly did, yeah. I was sort of, this was the go to beat him, so I thought, right, I'm going to put my finger out and make sure I beat him this time. So worked out fine, so it was all cool.
All right, hey, you know, out of the Greater Kapiti area and all the way here to Teretonga, a huge resource to get all this way, but you come to a circuit like this, club like this with organisation, worth the trip?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, no, it's amazing. I love coming down here. So long as the weather's good, of course.
Yeah. It always is.
Yeah, no, awesome.
Yeah. I think I put Bruce off then when I came back on that one, so pretty cool to see. So taking an opportunity here to whip over to second, we'll save Dave. We had a few mix-ups, Johnny. You got that one yesterday, and luckily the photographers had the photo to give you the credit, and you deserve that. But man, he's pushed you today, hasn't he?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he did really well, and it was just hard getting past Bruce. I just soaked up too many laps trying to find a way past him, and then I ran out of laps, really. Yeah, I felt good and that, but Bruce is just everywhere, so good on him, mate. You know, he's riding hard, so.
Hey, you've got, sitting back in your garage, you've got a super bike, you've had Formula 3 bikes. Tell us what's special about this Aprilia 660.
Just the way it handles. It's so nimble, it turns, it brakes, and it's, honestly, if anyone's thinking about it, you know, just do it. They're phenomenal. So fun.
All right, indeed. Hey, we've seen you plenty of times here at the South. You're coming back for the Burt in 4 weeks' time?
Yep, yeah, I'll give it a good nudge at the Burt. It's my favourite event, so we'll see how we go.
Well done. Thank you. Nelson's Johnny Lewis in there as well. So pretty cool to see as we sort of go back on ourselves and turn ourselves into a knot and face the camera in the right direction. And here's the sign. You can see it on the skid marks there and on the skid marks all down here. I'll tell you what, if that was a rash, somebody'd say go to the doctor, Dave. But
she's crying, mate. She's got a few tears.
She's got a few tears. Exactly. And your bike supposedly is nice as those other two as well. But I'm sure in the 7 weeks between now and Hampton Downs, you're going to have time to make it beautiful again.
Yeah, I do hope so. We're going to have to obviously order some new fair ends because these ones are a bit past repairing. So yeah, hopefully we'll get a nice representable again for Hampton Downs. But yeah, look, she's behaving well, riding well. So that's all I can hope for. But yeah, obviously it'd be nice to get the sponsor stickers back on and all those goodies. But yeah, no, really happy with the result. Just a bit of a relief to have finished the last race now with the traumas the team have been through last weekend and this weekend. It's been a pretty tough one for the whole team. So this one's dedicated to them, to Dylan Joe in particular, who worked their butts off. And Also want to give a big shout out to Al Ware, local lad, who lent me his airbag suit. I blew my last load on Thursday, and yeah, I get a bit anxious about riding without him these days, and my wife certainly doesn't like it. And he had a brand new suit and let me wear it, so I'm going to take his leathers off soon so it doesn't get too sweaty for him. But yeah, good man, big shout out to him. Thanks, Al.
Hey, isn't it nice that, you know, effectively we're oppositions, but yet we're all still family, and that's what our sport's been so good for.
That's probably the number one thing I love about this sport the most is the camaraderie, the friendships, the teamwork and the laughs we have. But getting to race with people like Johnny, he's such a good bugger, and we have a great time. We have a lot of respect for each other out on the track, which is always good. And yeah, everyone in the paddock, just a lot of good buggers and guys and girls out there. So that's a big part of it for me and a lot of people, I think.
Hey, what I like is the fact that on a technicality you were beaten to a second yesterday, but you did it. You came out in true style. If we're going to beat this man, you've got to come and win the races.
Yeah, I had sort of low expectations for this weekend. Only been here once before, and Johnny was just so quick at Ruapuna last week, and I thought it was going to be a really tough ask. And then with the crash on Thursday, I was just really not feeling it. So yeah, really pleased. I mean, it could have been 3 from 3, but to be fair, Johnny was over the line first yesterday as I was trying to get past him on the slipstream. But yeah, happy to get the 2 wins today. Very happy. So yeah, we'll bring on North Island now.
Well done. Beautiful speech. There they go, your top 3 on these beautiful new Aprilia 660s. Aren't they a great bike? Beautiful machine. You heard from the boys, you're coming standard with some brilliant braking. You've got a machine that handles, as they say, turn on a dime. So the Aprilia 660 certainly the bike of this, what we call the post-2020. So what we've done is to say, hey, we don't want to say that a checkbook's going to take away the glory from the other bikes, because some of these bikes, are getting on to a decade plus old now, and it gives them an opportunity to still carry on with some racing. So although they won't bring their bikes up, we'll still catch these guys on the podium, and Vaughan third, and just when Ben had moved on as well, mate, we should have been talking to you over there, but not to be.
Yeah, man, unfortunately not, but no, it was a good race out there, good fun, It's always good to ride with Jared and Bob, so yeah.
What we're talking about is, here's Dave, and he hasn't done much racing, and Bruce has been around a while, but a long time since he's been here. You're a first timer down here, and everybody raves about the track. So from your debut point of view, what would you say to people that have never been to Teretonga before?
Oh, it's awesome. It's worth coming down, It's just awesome. I love it.
Auckland Invercargill's like moving to paradise.
Yeah, it's a bit different here, I kind of do like Invercargill a little bit better than Auckland at the moment, but yeah.
No, it's good. Hey, you've been around the race scene for a while, but the atmosphere for this Pro Twins class just gets better and better, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it's awesome. It's a big family. We're all out last night having a few beers and catching up. So it's mean. It's like the perfect class to come into if you want to start racing, but you don't want to go play 300s. It's awesome.
Good work. Thank you, Vaughan. Thank you indeed. So, and here's Jared. We hadn't seen much of Jared through this championship, but he's come to Teretonga, and he too is a visitor. But you've turned up, and you love this place as well, Jared.
Yeah, no, that was a wicked race, man. That was my first photo finish. So, yeah, I had to keep my wits about me that whole race. I was just looking every corner, just waiting for Vaughan to poke his nose up the inside or the outside. He tried everything, man, and I had eyes out the back of my head. Yeah.
In fact, I think it's literally just milliseconds is all there is in it. Is there any one thing that you think's a secret that you've got the advantage on?
Not really. I'm just a better roadblock, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, that was an awesome race, man, and I hope we have more battles like that up north. And yeah, just a huge thanks to my family, partner Krista, for putting up with the kids while we're down here, and the kids for coming, Millie, Kobe, and Reed.
Well done, kids. See you here.
Yeah, no, awesome. Thank you.
Well done. Let's hear it for Jared. Come on. Well done, Jared Horn. Cool. And lovely to have that. Isn't it awesome? And the kids are all a part of it as well. But here's the man who's been doing it. The man who was a North Islander. He's come to the south, and now he loves this place. He calls Teretonga home, Bob. And, mate, not far behind Bruce. That has got to be really heartening for you.
Yeah, no, it's nice mixing it up with Bruce. It was always nice when you're going to get in front of one of them. So, no, it's just took it a little bit easier in that one. Just wanted to bring it home. And, still happy with how the weekend went.
All right, hey, when we see somebody like Ben Rosendale, we know what a great rider he's been for many years, and that last week he proved how good. He was absent this weekend, and you've almost taken up the mantle. Does it feel something you're proud of?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's always nice to roll into the #1 spot. I mean, if Benno was here, it might be a different story, but you've got to be here to win it sort of thing. Yeah. So, I'm looking forward to maybe having another go at him up north and seeing how that goes.
All right, well, and the boots on the other foot, you've got to be a Central Otago person and go all the way back to Auckland for the next round. A long way to go. Is it worth it?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I haven't looked at the point standings, but I think me and Vaughan are still pretty close, so now I want to do the last two and hopefully see where we get to.
Well done, Bob Irvine. Congratulations. There he goes, and out there on the Sports Direct. Look at the fans here, still all to enjoy today, and I hope you are up there as well, folks, as we enjoy bringing you this great coverage. So here, pitside at the beautiful Teretonga Park Raceway is the home of the Southland Sports Car Club's been here since 1957, the longest running continuous track in New Zealand, and of course the world's most southern race circuit as well. The Penguins don't live far from here, and we've got heaven up here today because this is such a beautiful day. You watch when the weather comes out, it won't do it justice because of course we're here on the hot seal, the hot bitumen, the black tar, and we're feeling 30 to 40 degrees down close with the temperature gun is working at closer to 50 degrees, and it's certainly when you get an atmosphere of what says only probably 27 for the day, it won't do it justice as to just how hot it has been at this paradise of a circuit. Still plenty more racing to go though, folks. Don't go away. Coverage brought to us by Ctas Live, commentary by Turbo Sound Racing, brought to you loud and proud by Aon Insurance and Pirelli Tyres. Pirelli, there ain't nothing that sticks better, folks. Power is nothing without control. Bring it home with good rubber and a great insurance team. Aon Insurance, I've changed to Aon. I hope you do as well. Check them out. Whether it be your car, whether it be your personal, whether it be your business protection, they've got it covered for you. They've got over 70 outlets throughout the country. They're in great towns and cities all around the country, and they're even in places to support you, like the rural network of the Real New Zealand and those little towns. Remembering, ask them by name. Aon Insurance, proud to be super sponsors of NZSBK, our awesome New Zealand Road Race Championships. After racing today, we take a 7-week gap before we go to Hampton Downs on the first weekend of March, followed in quick succession by Taupo the following week later for rounds 5 and 6, the final of NZSBK 2022-23. It's been great to bring you this racing. Don't go away though, we've got plenty more to come.